The story will be dreadful, melancholy, and calamitous.
Guys, I do feel like I need to give you an update on Lexi. I don't know if I've told you what's going on with her. She had surgery 2.5 weeks ago. She had a mast cell tumor removed from the same side that she had one removed several months back. What happened when he got in there is it ended up being a lot bigger, of course, than we all anticipated it to be. And he had to take a lot of the skin around the tumor, you know, to whatever. I don't know how that all works.
And I would advise all our viewers to turn away immediately.
But anyway, in doing that and it being in the same area as the last one, there wasn't much skin left to knit back together with the stitches. And he took another cyst that was right there. So anyway, so right where your leg skin meets your belly skin kind of thing is pulled really tight, and she's got that huge incision on her right flank, on her left flank. And it's having a really hard time staying closed. So a week ago, I had to take her back to the vet because it had opened up. It had one stitch holding the center of a huge gap back together. So I took her back in. It was a different vet. We got her on the table. He restitched it. So when he took that one stitch out, it was a gap like that big. Or a hole like that big, I guess you could say. And so he stitched that back together as best he could, put some glue on it, and we went from there. He was like, keep her really still, all the normal stuff that my other vet had already told me. It's hard to keep a big dog like that still all the time. So she's literally had a cone on now for 2.5 weeks. And she's miserable, and I'm miserable, and I'm miserable for her. 2 days after that, so I took her in on a Monday. 2 days after that, on the Wednesday, I had to bring her back in again because it was just oozing. Not like normal ooze. Oh, on that Monday, he put a second drain in because there was still a pocket. So he put a second drain in. So I don't know if you guys know dog surgeries, but when they have to make a big incision like that, they put a drain in. Not a drain like what people have that's like a little, bulb that has a little hose that goes in, and the bulb collects, whatever's draining. And then you open your little bulb and squirt that stuff out, and it's very neat and tidy. No, with a dog, it's not a bulb. It's just a dang tube that allows stuff to drain out. It just keeps a hole open pretty much. So it gets everywhere. So yet again, we had another drain, which she had already had the other one taken out. So now we have another drain, and it's sutured in on either side. And it's draining. And then, so anyway, 2 days after having all that stuff done again, we go back because it's got this just oozy, gooiness to it. It was just gooing. It was gooing. That's the only way to put it. So I took her back in just to make sure we weren't going to get infected, anything like that, because the previous doctor had said, hey, don't get real rough with it when you clean it, but keep it clean, as best you can. Just pat on it or whatever. And I was like, all right. So I was doing my best, but this ooze was so sticky, and I would have had to like really rub it to get it off. So I took her in because I didn't want to open that sucker up. So, the doctor is my normal doctor at this point. He cleans it all up. He's like, no, you got to keep it clean. Like, you got to. He's like, I expect it's going to open up again, but hopefully it'll be a smaller opening. It'll heal enough to where it's just a small one that we can deal with better. So long story short, well, not really. It is a long story. Today, which is a Sunday, she saw him last on Wednesday. I took Friday off of work, and I got off early on Thursday because we've literally had her doing nothing. She asked, do we hold her collar to go outside? We stand there with her so that she doesn't get all jumpy. And we try to just snuff out any excitement that she has. So I've literally been sitting in my room with her, catching up on a lot of YouTube, and I've just been doing a lot of nothing for the last 3 days because I took Friday off, Saturday, and today's Sunday. So so that's just, I haven't been able to really do much of anything besides go to work when I thought it was okay to do so in the last 2.5 weeks because of that surgery. So she still has a little opening. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna take her in tomorrow just to get it checked out. Oh, I didn't tell you, I took out her drain, her second drain yesterday morning, so Saturday morning. And those two holes look pretty good. But yeah, so I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what to do. But if you're wondering, like, that's what's been going on with Lexi. It's all that we can really do. There is another mast cell tumor there that he identified when he was doing the surgery this time, but when he went to go get it, it had just kind of disappeared and he couldn't find it. I think that was due to her being laying on her side, because when she's sitting up, you can feel it now. But the skin's also pulled tighter, so that might have made it easier to be able to feel now. So this surgery was the last one we're doing. So we already know she has another mast cell tumor there on the same flank. We'll just have to go from there, see what happens.
Women get too emotional.
Her first tumor was there for a good 1.5 years though, so. All right, let me control myself here. Anyway, yeah, so she's recovering from the surgery. She's doing great, you know, as far as her attitude. She's bouncy. Yeah, we don't want her to be bouncy, but she is bouncy. She's excited. She's getting bored. She's wanting to come out. She's wanting to do stuff. So all in all, like, she's healthy besides these tumors. So as long as that tumor doesn't come to a head and start bleeding like the first one did, then she may still have a good another year or more with us. You know, she's 12 now. She turned 12 in April. So she's getting to be a pretty old girl. You know, anyway, the fact that she's happy and healthy other than these tumors is good. Yeah, we'll take her up to the lake again this year. We just got back from the coast a couple weeks ago, you know. Yeah, so it's not like she doesn't still lead a good, happy life. Hey guys, so today is now the 5th vet visit having to do with the surgery. So let's see what we do. How's she doing?
We ended up just doing a betadine flush that I flushed into the little pocket that was underneath the skin of the open wound. We did that about 2 to 3 times a day, as often as I could. You can see the little red spot that still is the last bit to need to close up. You guys, the betadine is what all that brown nastiness is. It leaves a very oily residue on it. So now it was just a matter of getting these stitches taken out, and instead of bringing her to the vet and having to deal with the muzzle and the reactive biting and growling, I just did it myself. So you can see here's me trying to be able to see good, and we got most of them out. There's still a couple more I need to get at that are on the lower end, but for the most part they're out. I'm gonna leave a t-shirt and robe on Lexi until I know that she's not gonna try to chew at this wound at all. And that's about it. You guys, thank you so much for joining us on Lexi's journey. You'll see us on our next video will be of our new project for the camping season.